Afternoon from sunny Dumaguete, Philippines. Might have to put my AirPods in. It's a little breezy. I think it's going to pick up too much wind noise. Hey, Josh, I'm sorry. I know. My apologies. Uh, Let me know if you can. Oh my gosh, I apologize. I went and got my hair cut and then got obviously my friends that cut my hair are locals, Filipinos and Filipinos that work at the barber shop. So yeah, I get caught up talking, you know me, have an issue with talking too much and never shutting up. So, and then I got these in. Let me know if the video and the audio sounds all right. It's breezier here today at the Boulevard, my normal place. So it's a little breezy. So I figured maybe it's better that I put these AirPods in, cut out the wind. But yeah, welcome, Josh. Finally, I've been trying to stay awake. Kevin's here, says hello, Michael. Josh says, I enjoyed the parade video. Yeah, that was my first time ever seeing, they call it like more of a light parade. Uh, Very interesting, very neat, very different. Um, uh, yeah, it was fun. I didn't even know there it was going to take place. I happened to be walking home and stumbled across it, and I said, "Hey, why not? I'll share it with everybody and see who shows up." And actually, it got a lot of views, so I was happy to see that. And those are the things I like to share with people. You know, experience things through my eyes and my life. But yeah, it's a little like minor choppy. Got some waves today. But hey, I wake up happy again today. Had a very good breakfast. Stopped and got some coffee along the way at Cohee Coffee. Then went to Speed Barber. Shout out Speed Barber. Went and got my hair cut and military style. I like it high and tight. And here I am. See who shows up and just hang out with you guys. No particular comments or topics or anything, just whatever you guys want to talk about. Um, Nothing special, just me and my walking, and I don't know. Yeah, it is kind of choppy though. You can see the water smacking off the wall, but I like it. I can't complain. The simplest things in life can mean the most. Let me see. But I'm glad you enjoyed the parade, Josh, and I appreciate you staying awake. My apologies. Yes, I am late. I do need to come up with like a more consistent time that I can do this, not just for myself, but obviously for you guys and whoever shows up. But I always, appreciate it. Um, Kevin says audio is great, little to no wind with AirPods. Yeah, it makes a huge difference. Definitely does. Connor Josh says we have a light parade coming up in a week next town over. Big tractors and floats covered in lights. Yeah, I like that kind of stuff. To me, it's embracing the Philippine culture, and that's the best thing about it. It's just one of those beautiful little things that maybe some people might, I don't know, consider kind of irrelevant or whatever, and not get too excited for. But yeah, I like the light parade. It's all like, I don't know. It's in the Philippines. It's a light parade. It's the Philippine culture. I enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. Let me see what I can see here on the screen. We got Connor Boyer here. How has your day been? Connor, welcome here, Connor. My day has been great. If you don't know me, my name's Michael from the United States, but living abroad here in the Philippines, and I'm at Dumaguete, Philippines, Negros Oriental, and I'm at a place that everybody calls the Boulevard, and you come walking and you hang out, and I like walking, being outdoors, enjoying myself, especially here in the Philippines. But my day's going great. It's always great. Never a dull moment in the Philippines. So thanks for being here, Connor. AGC says you eating kielbasa. I haven't had kielbasa in a long time, but I like it. Very good food. Never really looked for it here, but I haven't had kielbasa since I've been in the States, but I appreciate it. Uh, and then says, is the Light Festival still going on? You know what? That's a good question. Maybe that stuff. I know they have so many parades and festivals here between now and the new year. I honestly couldn't even keep up. I'm sure there's something on Facebook that I could actually look up that would probably give me more of a schedule, but I hope they continue to do stuff. I got to head over to Freedom Park here in Dumaguete at some point. I know they have a lot of lights set up for the Christmas holidays, so I'm definitely going to be making my rounds over that way. Uh, Alex Bryan says, Brian here. What's up? What's up, Alex Bryan? Nice to meet you, Brian. I'm Michael from the United States, living here abroad in Dumaguete, Philippines. I basically I've been doing a lot of daily live streams. I don't really have a set schedule, so for people that are maybe in the United States and up late, I appreciate that. My apologies. One of these days, I'll get more of a set schedule. I typically just throw them together here in the afternoon because it is 1:30 in the afternoon on Tuesday afternoon here in the Philippines. But welcome, Brian. J Boy's here. Says, "Hey, Michael and chat. Hey, J Boy. Uh, I'm on the course of the trash culture, more like it. There's some trash issues that could be, taken care of and fixed. Can't disagree with you. It's sometimes to see it, it's a little disappointing, but those are kind of things that are out of my control. Um, Honestly, though, I think I've seen gradual improvements when it comes to that here in the Philippines. So I'm on the core. I mean, some places a little more than others. If you go across the water here to Sikihor, you notice a big difference when you get to Sikihor. I think they take a little more pride in keeping their community cleaner, but again, you hate to see it in any country. I mean, there's trash problems. Even heck, where I'm from in the States, there's areas that there's trash. So, yeah, it's kind of everywhere and unfortunate. Alex Bryan says, so are you late? No, you're not late. I'm late. I'm late, Brian. Again, that's my fault. I was getting a haircut and got talking to the locals, the Filipinos that cut my hair. They're good friends of mine. And we just got caught up talking. I usually get carried away with that. Josh says there are a bunch of streamers when I got off work, but then everyone cut their lives and left a void. Well, I apologize for you having a void, Josh. Um, yeah, I was on a couple of them. I mean, obviously Gino with TV. Shout out to Gino. Who else? Oh, then Thriving Expat, Michael White. Then I was on. He recently changed his. I think it was Philo. His name's Michael. It's Philo, and then he changed it to Asia based, something like that. I was watching that when I was walking to go get my hair cut. But Dougie says balut. Yeah, there's lots of balut here. I'll be honest with you, I've never had the balut, never tried it, and kind of afraid to try that. I'm not sure how my body would handle that. So I've kind of avoided eating balut. But my girlfriend eats balut. Alex Bryan says, hi. Dougie says, cool. Car Repo Man says, where are you parked? Well, that's a good thing I don't have a vehicle car repo because then you'd be probably repossessing my car. So no car, no motorbike. The only thing I have is my feet, my sneakers, and my walking. But I appreciate you being here, Car Repo Man. I don't have no car for you to repossess. Uh, oops, that went way down. Um, but let's see, I saw J Boy, Alex, Balut. Uh, John, as also known as Jap, says, "Hi, Michael. Did you get your hair cut?" Yes, I did. I did. And then, it's fun getting a haircut because when you're getting a haircut, they take their time because they want to talk to you and they're perfectionists. They do one hell of a fade, uh, tight. I like it like pretty well, almost down to the skin in the beginning. And he fades it up. He does a good job. But I did get my hair cut, took care of that. Uh, I love chicken is here and says morning. Welcome. Well, actually, depends on where you're at, where you're from, but it's 1:33 in the afternoon, Tuesday afternoon in Dumaguete, Philippines for me. But welcome, love chicken. I'm walking about here in my favorite area where I do all my walking and take my break, find some shade. This is the Boulevard where a lot of vendors, people hang out, food. You can see all the tents way down there. And yep, this is where I usually do a lot of my walking. Maybe this looks all right for me to sit here for now. Oh, but it's definitely warm today, beautiful and sunny. But welcome, I love chicken. Josh says, I was thinking the same, didn't know if there was an event page for Dumaguete. I think it's somewhere on Facebook. Um, Che usually goes to this page on Facebook. It also shows you like when there are planned uh, possible brownouts. I forget the name of it. And Dougie's being supportive of my channel, saying double tap and subscribe. I appreciate you, Dougie. Where are you from, Dougie? And then we got Melon K4 says from Pakistan. Welcome, Melon K4I from Pakistan. That's awesome. Hey there, big time says we all Charlie Kirk. Yeah, that's very unfortunate what happened to him. And God bless Charlie Kirk. Alex Bryan says, I'm from Texas, actually. Well, welcome from Texas. A little late for you. I'm born and raised in Pennsylvania. So, yeah, I guess in Pennsylvania it would be 12:35 a.m. Monday night, Tuesday morning. Yeah. But welcome, Brian. I appreciate you being here. And then Dougie says, hello, Pakistan. And then we got Sir Reginald Bumquist still. Do you ever just roll on the waves and enjoy as many hours long Enduro Goon? I love the waves. I love the ocean. I love the warm weather. I certainly wouldn't be here in the Philippines if I didn't enjoy these things. But most importantly, I always tell people it's about the people here in the Philippines. It's all about the people. But welcome, Sir Regional Bumquistil. Dougie's from Ohio. Wow, so you're definitely up late as well, Dougie. You're one state next to my home state, Pennsylvania. Although I did live in Florida for 2 years, and if I was still living in the United States, I would most likely be living in Florida, but I'd probably still be working as well. And we got the Colonel Chronicles here. Good afternoon, Michael. Good afternoon, Colonel. Welcome here, my friend. Nice to see you. Are you settled now, or are you still in the process of traveling? I know I saw your lives, but I wasn't 100% sure when I checked in if you were at home or you were. I know you had been doing some traveling, so I wasn't sure where you were. But thanks for being here, Colonel. I appreciate it. We got Dougie saying yes. Okay. John Slack says Psalm 156, let everything that has breath praise the Lord. Amen to that, John Slack. Stowaway's here. Hey, Stowaway, I haven't seen you and feels like forever. Where you been, Stowaway? It's been a while. It's definitely been a while. Um, Beautiful day here in Dumaguete. I'm in my, most popular hangout, my daily live stream in the shade for now. Uh, just relaxed and just got back from getting my hair cut. But welcome, Stowaway. I appreciate it. David Bull says, are the women as cheap as the food. I wouldn't say that. There's a lot of very beautiful women here that are very nice, with amazing hearts and very good and loving people here. So I don't know as far as any type of woman that you have to pay for. I wouldn't know anything about that. Uh, and I have an amazing girlfriend as well, David. But welcome here. That's all I can tell you. Welcome. Stowaway said hi. Alex Bryan says, "What do you do for a living?" I am tech. Whoops. I am technically retired. I turned 55 on April 6th. Um, and basically, long story short, I came to the Philippines in July of 2024. Stayed here until March. Realized that I wanted to live here and just experience life here in the Philippines for a while. There's a lot of islands. There's a lot of other countries to see while you're over here. So I wanted to try something new and different, and had the opportunity to have financial stability while I was here, retiring at 55, and had some savings, and here I am. Obviously, there's definitely some benefits and perks to living here in the Philippines. Um, Cost of rent is definitely cheaper than what I would pay in the States. But I love the weather. I love the ocean. I love waterfalls and nature and all that stuff. And I love the people. So that's really was an easy decision for me to make. And it's the best decision I ever made, Brian. So, but yeah, like, I guess if you're saying, do I have any type of living? I guess it would be my YouTube, but I only ever did YouTube just to inspire other people. That's the honest truth. If something becomes more of YouTube from a financial standpoint, great. That was the way it was supposed to be. But if not, it's okay. It's perfectly okay. Uh, Franklin's here from Russia. Welcome, Franklin. That's awesome. That's awesome. You're here from Russia. What time is it in Russia, Franklin? Dougie says hello, Russian people. Phillips Jones, Weapon 1767 and says, I'm smoking on the stuff that made Robocop have flashbacks of his wife and son. Well, be safe there, Philip Jones. I don't smoke anything. I'm very cautious about my health and what I eat. And you might think I'm boring. Don't smoke, don't drink alcohol, but lots of coconut water, calamansi juice, regular water, and coffee. Uh, Savoy Mitchell says, "What country are you in?" I'm in the Philippines, Savoy Mitchell. I'm in Dumaguete, Philippines right now. Just taking a break, sitting here at the walkway along the boulevard. This is kind of like a place where a lot of people gather later in the day. They can walk around. Obviously, it goes way down there along the water. That's the port over there. But yeah, I'm in Dumaguete, Philippines. Welcome, Savoy Mitchell. Thank you for being here. Dougie said, "LOL, right? I was in Subic Bay." Oh, there you go, Dougie. Uh, Unc, I'm crying. The story of RoboCop messed me up. Yeah, if I remember correctly, the original RoboCop, obviously, I guess he was probably like a police officer or whatever. Yeah, a cop, a policeman. And then I guess he was in some kind of accident. And the only way they could save his life, I guess, is if they turned him into a robot. I do remember that movie. It's just been a while since I watched RoboCop. Dennis6602 says, "Nice glasses, man." I appreciate the compliment. Some people come on here and they'll say, "Wow, nice Dollar Tree glasses." I wish I could get these glasses at Dollar Tree. But honestly, is anything in Dollar Tree actually only a dollar anymore? I think Dollar Tree, even though it's called Dollar Tree, I think everything's definitely over a dollar and been like that for a while, actually. But I appreciate the compliment, Janet660T2 or Beneath. I like my glasses too. Uh, Sub ramp. Ugh, ramp in Nagraha says, "Show me a damn show." I guess that depends on what you mean by a show. If you want me to show you Philippine women, there's not really many people here because it's still too hot. They prefer to be in the shade, and like as the sun goes down and it gets closer to 5 and 6, uh, more people definitely show up. So yeah, you kind of stuck with me. Uh, but there could always be worse, you know. There could always be worse. I appreciate you being here. If I see any attractive Filipinos, if that's what you mean by a show, I will kindly ask them if they're okay. A lot of people like being in the live stream, so I'll kindly ask them to say hello. Uh, Triz TV says you look rich. I'm definitely not rich. Um, Definitely not rich at all. But thank you, Triz TV, for being here. Neva Under Pressure. I swear I've seen you before, Neva Under Pressure. No, this is not Cuba. This is the Philippines, Dumaguete, Philippines. Uh, Again, there's the ocean and the port, and like I said, there's not many people here yet. Only the people working, the vendors with the food, they'll start cooking the chicken and all sorts of other food and setting up their things to sell stuff later. It's a little early for them right now. They'll set tables up here, but it's a little early yet. Um, Dougie says Philippines. Thank you, Dougie. Hey, Sophie says, hey guys, Sophie, I'm glad you came back. I remember how you came into my live stream. Maybe it was yesterday or the day before. I do so many live streams. Lose track of days, but I remember you told me the story with your mother. I think that's correct. Your mother was I don't want to talk about it, but she's dealing with some personal health issues, and I said my prayers go out to you and your mother and your family. So I hope you're doing okay. I remember you. Um, Insert name Brian. Brian is here. Says afternoon, Brian. Says afternoon, Michael. Castaway, does your mom know that you're gay? Yeah, she knows I'm gay. She knows I'm as happy as can be because that's the definition of my gay. I'm very, very, very happy, Nicholas. My mother's very proud of me, and I love my mother. I have a Filipina girlfriend here, and but when you're a good-looking guy, you get men and women looking at you, and I guess that's a blessing. That's a blessing. Uh, but I'm definitely gay, as in happy, but nice one. Uh, the Colonel Chronicle says we've been in the Philippines. Yeah, I knew that, but I thought you were traveling around in the Philippines, Colonel. I remember you were with James and Karen at one point, and I wasn't sure where you were going, what you had planned. Brian says afternoon all, and hey Brian, I did see some of your videos. You should do more. You should get more into the vlogging, Brian. You should do more. Watch your Boracay video and stuff, and yeah, that really reminds me of Little Boracay here in Seafihor Island. But you should do more. It seems like you're not very active, and I'm sure you have your reasons, but uh, I always think people should share their journey in their life because you never know who it's going to affect and impact in a positive way. But yeah, I was checking out some of your stuff. Some of the one video I couldn't even comment on because the comments were turned off for whatever reason. But John Japp says, hey to Colonel. John says, hi again, Brian. And we got Graham, Australian. Graham is here. Hey, Michael. Good day, my friend. How you doing? Great to be with you. I'm doing great. I'm doing awesome. I'm always happy, my friend. That's why I'm in the Philippines and still happy. Every day is a new day, is a wonderful day, a blessing. And yeah, I'm thankful to wake up every day. And I look forward to seeing all you guys. That's what makes these live streams fun and important. So thank you, Graham. How are you? Uh, Dougie says, may I ask the exchange rate? Oh my gosh. Last time I looked at it, and I can't really scroll off my phone, Dougie. I'll interrupt the live stream, but I think it was like uh 58. At one point it was 59, but the last I remember looking at it, which wasn't recently, it was in 58 something to the dollar. Maybe somebody else can give us an update. Apologize, Dougie. Mad Note says, is it easy to live here? For me, and only speaking for me, Mad Notes, Notez, and I appreciate you being here. For me to live here, yes, it's very easy. Um, You can live a very good life on less, but it's all comes down to what's important to you, what's enough for you to be happy here. I've definitely learned that having less here is having more. The people just you can't pay. There's no price that you can put on the quality of people, the local Philippine people that I meet here. Mad notes. So yes, it's easy for me to live here, very easy, and that's obviously why I'm still here too. I mean, I love sunshine, warm weather, morning, noon, and night. I do. I don't miss the cold weather in Pennsylvania back in the States. Colonel says, I'm hanging out with Bellis and Leyte for a few more days. All right, that's right. That's right. I wasn't sure exactly where you were, but I knew that you were with Bellis. Yeah, it looks like you're having fun, Colonel. Keeping yourself busy, enjoying life, and it's awesome. And then we got my buddy John Gaver Villanueva checking in from Palawan. John is a very good friend of mine that I met in Starbucks in Bacolod City. I only lived in Bacolod for 4 months, but John worked in Starbucks there, and ever since the first day I was in there, we were friends. And he was always very nice and polite to me daily, and we became friends outside of Starbucks. And he's a great person, and he got the opportunity to they were opening another Starbucks in Palawan, and they basically, I don't think they said he had to. They asked him if he'd be interested in going to uh, Palawan to train some people for the new opening of their Starbucks, and he jumped on that, and I don't blame him. I'm jealous. Hopefully someday I get to Palawan. Then we got Brian saying, Dougie, the best way is to download the XE app. Yeah, for currency conversions. Yeah, it's great for currency conversions. Stairway says, busy here, so much things to do for upcoming holidays, so many events to attend. And that's a good thing, Stairway. There are a lot more activities, parades, festivals, gatherings here in the Philippines, unlike I'm experienced, at least not in the United States. Seems to be a lot more celebrations and things to bring the community together in a very social setting. I love it here in the Philippines. I absolutely love that. Um, Still waiting on you, Stowaway. Maybe someday you get down here to Dumaguete. Uh, Bella Parker asked me, what's my favorite shark? I can't say I've ever had any close interactions with a shark, but if I'd say the sharks that I'm most like interested in or my attention, hammerhead sharks are definitely up there. I think they're very interesting type of a shark. Probably hammerhead first, and obviously the great white. Great white sharks are just monstrous. And yeah, hammerheads and great white sharks, I think would be my top sharks of interest. And then we got Lito Ya Sabas Sabas 97 says hi. Welcome. Apologies if I don't pronounce your name correctly, but welcome. Always tell us where you're from too, Bella or Letho, Yasabis. It's always cool to know where everybody's from. Wolfgang says, good afternoon, Mike. Just came back from home. Showed the grumpy video to my wife. She couldn't stop laughing. That's a classic, Wolfgang. That is definitely a classic. Eric says, do you know what Puka Sahab means? I said, no, I do not know what it means. And a lot of people always try to trick me and get me to say things that sometimes are not, they're bad words. I had a lot of Spanish friends that would teach me bad words and get me to say things, and then I don't know what it is. But welcome, Eric. I don't know what it means. Brian says, hey, Wolfgang. Wolfgang says, it's hilarious. Puya Casanova says, Saturday's your flight. That's awesome. Saturday is your flight. Good for you. Welcome, though. Thank you for being here. Jap says, hi, Wolfgang. Bella's asking me my favorite shark again. Again, hammerhead shark or great white. Niels, hey, good afternoon, Niels. We're actually it's kind of getting late for you, but welcome, Niels. How's everything going? How's the weather treating you? Getting ready for the Christmas holidays, I'm sure. Um, Me too. It's almost like, I look forward to Christmas here because I'm in the Philippines and it's different. And last year was my first Christmas here in the Philippines. But it's not about, I even think as I got older, I really didn't care about exchanging gifts, or for the most part, I was more interested in getting things for other people than getting things for myself. I usually just told people, my parents and family, I didn't want anything. That's typically how I would do it. But now it's just like, I just want to be with my friends and wake up that Christmas day, sunny day, and have a good breakfast with Che and, um, you know, get her some gifts, but, not get carried away like I used to living in the US with Christmas gifts, and just it's just different here in the Philippines. As long as I have a good day and I'm with friends and Che and we visit friends, I know we have plans for Christmas Eve. Obviously, did a Christmas party with the employees of But First Coffee the other day, so that was fun. Um, yeah, I don't like I said, it's like it's just more of a family thing, and uh, obviously, what the true meaning of Christmas and everything else like that. It's just being good and kind to everybody and just having a good day, as is every day here in the Philippines. It's definitely special every day. But thanks for being here, Neil. Appreciate it. Wolfgang says hi to Brian. And then we got Check 650. Thank you, Checks. Welcome. Greetings from Northern California. How's the weather in California, Chex? Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Um, it's me. Kyle says, what part of the Philippines are you in? I'm currently living in Dumaguete, Philippines, which is Negros Oriental, and I'm sitting at a walking park along the water. It's called the Boulevard. Um, some people are starting to bring their stuff here that they set up. I don't want to be in their way. Are you? I'm good. Okay, thank you. Um, But yeah, they come here and they set up their stuff, getting ready for later afternoon when it starts. Obviously, they got shade here, so it's good. They bring their stuff and start setting up, whatever they're selling. A lot of arts and crafts and handmade jewelry and stuff. And then down that way, you got clothing and food. And yeah, I'm in Dumaguete, Philippines. Checks, or I mean, it's me, Kyle. Thank you for asking. Neil said, I just stopped by to say hello. I'm on my way to bed now. Hey, Niels, thank you for just saying hello. Thank you always for being here. Appreciate it. That's all more than I could ever ask for, just people to say hi. And we got Chief. Chief, I got lucky. I got lucky. You're awake. You're awake. What's good? I'm great, Chief. How are you doing? How's the grandchild doing? Um, you know me, another great day in the Philippines. I'm always happy here. Welcome, welcome, Chief. Wolfgang says at Neil's hi there. Chiefs waving the Neils. Chiefs waving the Wolfgang. Chiefs waving the Jap, which is John. Sophie says, I hope you guys are well. I hope you're well also, Sophie. My prayers and thoughts continue to go out for you and your mother. Um, Lacey Walker says, God bless. God bless you too, Lacey Walker. Where are you from, Lacey? Welcome. My name's Michael, if you didn't catch that already, from United States, but living abroad here in the Philippines. Jap says, hello, sir. Chief's asking what Che's cooking. Che's still a little bit under the weather. Um, yesterday yesterday she woke up with a sore she woke up with a sore throat and scratchy a little bit. And today she still had a little bit of a scratchy throat. Um, Feeling a little tired. Plus, it was her time of the month, so I think she's getting a double whammy. Um, but she did cook last night. She's a trooper. Um, she cooked some chicken adobo, and then we had some leftover lechon from the Christmas party I went to. So yeah, she's just rested. She's tired. Even when she woke up, made breakfast, and then later she felt like she was still tired. Like she just looked tired. And I said, are you sleepy? And she said, yeah. I said, if you feel tired, that's your body telling you it's trying to heal itself. And I said, just told her to rest. She's drinking ginger tea and need to get her some calamansi juice. But yeah, I'm not sure. I might not have her cook much at all, Chief. I want her to take it easy. And she's probably sleeping now because she's not even in here in the live stream. So, but thanks for asking, Chief. Brian says hi, Chief. Stowaway says, stay pogy, everyone. You too, Stowaway. God bless you. Chief says hi to Stowaway. Stowaway says hi, Chief. Dougie says, I pray you have a safe journey and stay blessed. Hey, Dougie, you're always welcome to come back again. I appreciate you joining the live stream. Don't be a stranger. You're always welcome here. Um, Salsa U3T said, I had someone break into my house. He woke me up. He was looking for money. I got out of bed and I started helping him. We didn't find any. We're still looking. Ay, 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 that was a good one. Uh, I got out of bed and I started helping him. We didn't find. That's a very good joke. I can honestly say, Salzer, that's the first time I heard that joke, and that was a good one. That was definitely a good one. Josh is laughing at Salzer. That was good. Brian says, "How far is your place from there, Michael?" And I'm just ballparking 2 miles, between 2 and 3 miles. I'm guessing, not that far. It might not even be two. I'll check that, Brian, and get back to you. That's probably a good idea to have more of an idea. But between when I walk here and back, and between all my walking, I go over 10 miles, and then that 1 to 2, 4. Yeah, I wouldn't say more than two, but I'm just guessing. It doesn't seem like much for me, no matter where I walk, and that's why I guess people call me the crazy walker. Stairway says it's raining here in Manila. Keep safe, everyone. Oh man, you be safe as well. I hope it's not a lot of rain. Brian is asking how your mom is going, Sophie and Chief. Wow, God bless you again, Chief. My heart, my love goes to you each and every time. You spoil me silly. You're a very humble, good-hearted man. Someday, I don't know where you are in the process of getting your passport, and I know it takes time and your attention. You got Christmas going on. You certainly got the grandchild going on. But I'm always blessed and thankful that you show up here and you support me like that. You support me along with Che. It's a blessing, and I will cherish that forever. I mean, I really will. You are one of many people that are so generous. And Chief says hi to Brian. Art Parks Garden says, "Hey, Michael, how are you? Looks like a fair day there today." Uh, it is a fair day. It's absolutely beautiful. No rain, at least that I know in the forecast, but then I haven't actually checked it either. I just kind of wake up and deal with it. As long as I see the sun when I get up, well, even if there's a little rain, I don't care. Uh, but yes, it's a very good day, Art Park Garden, and thank you for being here. I appreciate it. How are you doing? Um, Fad 3D Crew, Fad 3D Crew 3W. What kind of snake is that in the tree? Oh no. You know what's funny? I have not, knowing my luck, I'll say I haven't had any interactions with any snakes. And I thought before I ever came to the Philippines, I was going to see all these exotic, kind of wild, never seen before snakes here because you're kind of like in this different tropical climate jungle. I've gone on a hike to a waterfall. I've never seen any. Not that there weren't any snakes around. I just never seen any. Now I have other friends here that live in the Philippines. They've had encounters with snakes, some rather large ones too, but I've been lucky. But typically, when someone says, "What kind of snake is in that tree?" I immediately turn around. Not saying there isn't a snake in the tree, but I've had people get me good and have me turn around. But you almost got me, Fad. Welcome here. Josh says, "That's though, that's a song title too, isn't it?" What did she say last? It's raining here in the north. Keep everyone safe. I don't know what Chief is waving the Josh. Sophie says, unfortunately, my mom is going to a hospital any day now. Keep me and my family in your prayers. You got it right now. You got it right now. And I even thought about you after the live stream ended yesterday, just to let you know that. That's the first time I've ever had anybody. I mean, I don't remember ever having a live stream and that uh, situation occurred. And I thought it was a blessing that you ended up coming into my live stream and you just needed some comfort and some friends. And you completely reached out to me as a total stranger. So I appreciate you doing that, Sophie. And like I said, you always have friends here, so don't be a stranger. Um, all of us, I'm sure, will keep your family, you, your mother, and your family in our prayers. Josh says hi, Chief. There's Ray. There's the ray of sunshine. Hey, y'all, Ray. Ray's becoming quite the celebrity nowadays. What you've met, or you've reached celebrity status, I guess, is when you're getting the attention of other bloggers. Right there, Ray. John says, Ray. Chief said, my brother Ray, what's good? Chief, he's getting popular. He's hit the big time. Uh, Brian says, I have heaps of videos. Yeah, I just think, when I started watching some of them, I was just like, they're just natural, basic videos, but they were good. It was just that natural aspect of a video. I actually appreciated watching them. I mean, they're as genuine and as real as they get. I mean, it was just your interaction and what you saw. I think you should, I don't know if it's something that interests you, continue to do it. Ray, hey to John. Josh says hi, Ray. We got Ricky. Wow, Ricky Bug Tong Daria. Man, that's a long name. But Ricky Bugtong Daria 89. He says, hello, sir. Welcome, Ricky. Thank you for being here. Where are you from, Ricky? I'm just going to call you Ricky if that's okay. Brian says, okay, we'll look into the comments. Yeah, it was only on one, Brian. I was thinking, I did comment on another one or something like that. And I just said, hey, I wasn't able to comment on the one video. It might have been the most recent one, the top one. I just clicked on the first one. But I just remember it was like Boracay and stuff. But it definitely looks like Little Boracay. It's very similar. Ray in the Philippines says hello to Chief. And anybody who's new here and you see some people like Ray in the Philippines, he has his own channel. He's active on it. And even Brian, insert name here. Brian might be eventually getting a little more active on his YouTube channel. There's other people here, Uh, oh, he says turn them on. Ray says, hey, Josh. Stowaway says, Ray's in the house. Uh, Chief says, Ray, been watching all Lynn's videos trying to help her. That's awesome. Um, I get it. It's like crazy. Like the more people you get, like you try to support their channels. It's not easy. Like watching all the videos, like I said, I try to watch what I can, and like not to mention then you're doing your own stuff too. But it's definitely worth it because you guys all mean something to me, and you guys all support me. So I feel like at the very least I can do my best to help you guys. But uh, it can be challenging. Ray says, hey to Stowaway. Ray says, hey, yes, Chief. She can go live tomorrow. All right. Oh, she's over 60. There you go. I remember she was close to 50 or just got over 50. Um, Good for her. She said, Ray, that's good. Hello, Kitty 10. Hello, Kitty. I'll just say hello, Kitty says Maldito. Welcome, hello, Kitty. I don't know where you're from, but welcome to my live stream. My name's Michael, and I'm live here in Dumaguete, Philippines, and sitting in the shade, obviously, but I'm by the ocean here. Uh, People are setting up for the daily vendors and food and arts and crafts and all that kind of stuff. Now's about the time everybody starts setting up stuff, starts cooking their food soon and preparing for the evening. But welcome, hello, Kitty. Chief says, Ray, we have snow and slick roads. West Virginia, brother. Chief is living in West Virginia. I wonder how the weather is in Pennsylvania. It's not far from you anyway. Uh, I wonder how my parents are doing. Well, my brother would take care of any driveway, sidewalk cleaning. We got flex tape here saying hamburger. I could go for a hamburger once in a while. I gotta stand up 'cause my butt's getting sore. But I could definitely go for a hamburger once in a while. That's for sure. I can get a good hamburger here in the Philippines. Yeah, I occasionally get a good hamburger. You have to go to the right place. Ray doing the work, saying like and subscribe. Thank you, Ray. Appreciate your support, your help, your dedication. And like I said, if you're not subscribed to Ray in the Philippines, check out Ray in the Philippines. He's from the United States also. He's from Louisiana. He's got a little Southern accent. He loves jambalaya, but most of all, he loves the Philippines. So shout out to Ray. Rod says, Rod X9U, are you scared to be in that place? Hell no. I love it here in the Philippines. You know what's so ironic though, Rod? Before I ever even came to the Philippines, you hear all these, I don't know, stories, could be true, might, may not be true or whatever. And um, heck, there's places in the United States I was scared to be, And what do? You typically avoid those particular places. No matter where you live in the world, Philippines, Asia, wherever, I'm sure there's a lot of places that aren't particularly safe or you'd be at risk going to. I've never felt scared in the Philippines at all. I obviously, when I walk around and I always aware of my surroundings, um, quite honestly, I've never really felt uncomfortable here. Um, Not saying that anything's possible, but I've always felt perfectly fine and happy here. I enjoy the Philippines, feel safe. I think the area that I live in, Dumaguete, is fairly safe as well. Um, Ray says, thank that sucks, Chief. Beer runs are more treacherous. Yeah, treacherous, challenging, or you just simply have somebody else make the beer run. I don't know if you can get well, I guess it's grab here, but you get the DoorDash or something like that. Can DoorDash make a beer run for you, Chief? Nick Mick Gears 5456 says, it is my birthday today. Can I get a shout out? You'll get more than a shout out. Watch this, Nick. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Nick. Happy birthday to you. Enjoy your birthday. Hope it's a great one. Enjoy life. Just make your day special. All right. You should make every day special, but living here in the Philippines, I'm happy every day. So I guess you could say I feel like it's my birthday every day, or it feels like a Friday every day in the Philippines. Um, yeah, every day is always happy. It's like my birthday, Christmas, all your favorite days are always every day here in the Philippines. But happy birthday, Nick. I don't know where you're from or what birthday you're celebrating, but happy birthday. What would you do for a dollar sugar? Mr. Turd Lips, I have no idea what a dollar sugar is. I'm not that up to date on that slang. So the only way I earn my money is working hard. But actually, I'm retired now, so I'm enjoying all that hard work paid off for me. So now I'm enjoying my life. But thanks for being here, Mr. Turd Lips. That's a funny name. Ray, yes, just got home from a beer run, slipped everywhere. Yeah, I remember those days, Chief. I used to love going in like parking lots of grocery stores when they were closed for the day or shut down because we got a big accumulation of snow. Take my car and just go there and do donuts and stuff in the parking lots when they were empty. That was so much fun. Uh Stowaway says, I'll be there in Dumaguete. I'll meet you in Che. I promise. I know you will. It's one thing, you guys don't make promises that you don't keep. Whether it's today, tomorrow, a week from now, a month from now, I know you guys you'll some point get here and I'll meet a lot of people. I have so many people I got to meet. Rain, the guy, Ty, Gino, there's so many people. The list is endless. but that's what's good. Cool. I have something to look forward to. I'm looking forward to Ray's cooking, to be honest with you. Of course, I want to meet you, Ray, but you're cooking. I'm very intrigued. I know I'm going to be taken care of. Uh, Graham says, comment, like, and subscribe, everyone. Thank you so much, Graham. Sophie says hi to Graham. Yep, it's Mikey's here from Los Angeles. Well, welcome. Yep, it's Mikey. Yeah, I guess it's late, dark for you, but still early. My brother, I had a younger brother. He lived in LA for well over 10 to 15 years. So yeah, I would visit him in Los Angeles. He actually lived in not far from Hollywood Boulevard the last time I was there. But welcome. Yep, it's Mikey. Appreciate you being here. Um, Chief says hi to Sophie. Graham says, hi, Soph. Welcome back. How are you? Sophie says, hey to Chief. Sophie says, I'm okay, Graham. My mom is not doing well. Again, everybody, keep Sophie's mom in your thoughts and prayers. Uh, yeah, he came into my live stream yesterday, just met her, and she's dealing with a lot. And I feel like there's a reason she came into my live stream. Uh, hold on, I lost my lace. Mm, all right. Then we got Amir. Yeah, Amir Puya. Hi, where are you? My name's Michael Amir. I'm in Dumaguete, Philippines. That's where I'm at. Negros Oriental, Dumaguete, Philippines. And I'm from the United States, living here abroad. And this is where I go walking. This is where you can meet a lot of people and beautiful weather, smell the breeze off the ocean, smell the salt water. That's where I'm at. Graham says, take care, Sir Fallon, prayer for your mom. Brian says, back, had to work. I appreciate that, Brian. I know you have to work. I always bless that you're here, my friend. Amir says, oh, Philippines. Uh, Israel Anto 2010 says, gracias. Hashtag Ray Urbano, Israel Morano. Welcome, Israel Anto. Thank you for being here. Definitely not person says, hi, how are you? I'm going live stream to live stream asking people how they're really feeling. Well, definitely not Percy. I feel wonderful, amazing, and blessed every day, each and every day, living here and enjoying a stress-free life in the Philippines. That's how I'm doing. Every day I'm happy. The people are amazing here in the Philippines, and I'm simply happy every day. Blessed. So thank you. Definitely not Percy. Sophie says, you guys like chicken wings. I love chicken wings. Don't remember the last time I really had some true chicken wings that I make back home in the States, but oh yeah, I love chicken wings. Rod X9U says, what are you doing there? I'm just living my life, Rod. Relaxing, living the retired life, stress free, wake up every day, do whatever I want to do, go for a walk, get some coffee, eat good, healthy food, make sure to walk in and my exercise. I get in my daily routine. Obviously, I have my YouTube channel and breathe easy here. Uh, this is just a little portion of being in the Philippines where I'm at. But that's what I'm doing here. Just enjoying life, embracing a different culture, living in a different country. But welcome, Rod. Solara Chan Kala says hi. Hello, Solara. Sophie says, def not hey. Definitely not hey. Brian says, yep. Brian says, the wings. Yes. Graham says, hey, Chief. Hi there, my friend. Sophie says, Graham, do you like chicken wings? You're making me hungry, Sophie. Chief says hi to Graham. Sophie's laughing. Brian says, honey, soy, or sweet chili chicken wings for me, Sophie. You know another one I like? It was a hot garlic Parmesan wing. Hot garlic Parmesan wing was one of my go-to wings. I think the first time I ever tried that was at a place called Hurricane Wings back in the States. But yeah, hot garlic Parmesan wings. Man, were they good. But I like any wings. Heck, you can give me wings with plain with salt and pepper on them, and I enjoy them. Um, then we got uh, oh data. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm trying this. Abadal Rafi 8809. I'm assuming saying hello. Sophie says she loves sweet chili sauce. Yummy. Yeah, I like that too. Coot Map says lasagna. I could really go for some lasagna. I definitely could go for some lasagna, Coot Map. Haven't had any really great lasagna since I was home back in the States. Um, I could probably gather up the proper ingredients to make a good lasagna here. I don't know though; it might be a challenge getting some good ricotta cheese. Uh, Ray, how is it for getting ricotta cheese in Tagaytay? Can you get ricotta, like good quality ricotta cheese in Tagaytay? Obviously, there's Parmesan. Obviously, there's mozzarella. Inquiring minds want to know. Ray says, not much of a walker, but I'm a world class napper. You've been walking a little bit lately, Ray. I think. I think you talked about it recently. And every time I hear you saying you're doing a little more walking, I get a little smile and a twinkle in my eye because Ray's doing a little exercise activity. Gurik Balgil, Gurik Balgil says hello. Hello, Gurik Balgil. Josh says, add insert. I tried honey and soy on chicken 2 nights ago. Another failed experiment. Should I add, Josh, that it went right into the trash can? Did your chicken wings experiment go into the trash can? Brian says, potato wedges with sour cream and sweet chili. That sounds good too, Brian. But you know what I'd like to add to that sour cream and sweet chili? Some bacon. I love bacon. I love bacon. Uh, like bacon cheddar cheese sour cream on those potato wedges. That might be good too. And a little hot sauce. Brian says, okay, I'm lazy. I get them at Kohl's. Food Map says, wild stuff is in Australia. I've never been in Australia, but I guess, you got the kangaroos, I guess koala bears. Um, I'm sure there's probably some wild kind of snakes, maybe vicious, poisonous kind of snakes, some predators, but I don't think that's like everywhere. Uh, there's somebody who's up to par with Australia could fill us in on the wild stuff. I don't know a lot about Australia. I've never been there yet. Chief says, Ray, I need the link to the one making videos so I can have fun with him. Oh yeah, that's right. He's I don't know what you would call him. Ray's got a fanboy. I guess that's what you call it. Fan man, fanboy. Ray says wings should be hot with blue cheese and dip. I have spoken. I'm not arguing with that. I like the blue cheese, celery. Celery's really good for you too. I never really. Shay goes to the public market to get the vegetables and stuff just because she's gonna get it the better price. If she has me along, they're gonna charge her more. And I get it. Let me wipe my phone off. Uh, but that sounds good, Ray. I can't argue with that. Ray says he'll send them the links to Chief. Chief says, thank you, Ray. Brian says, not as bad as it's made out, dude. Uh, wild stuff in Australia. Yeah, I like, I just think every country has certain predator animals you have to be aware of. If that's what he's meaning by wild. First thing that came to my head was like animals and stuff. Um, Chief says, Ray, do you have any red horse? If Ray has to have something. If it's not red horse, it's Tanduai. I had this video I'm going to make when I was getting my hair cut. The Filipinos that work in the barbershop, which are awesome guys, they were they did this trick with a Red Horse beer bottle, and it was another beer bottle of another brand. But I'm going to post it as a short. I want you guys to check out this video when I post it. The trick that they did with these beer bottles. Because when I first saw it, I was like, there's something nefarious going on. I don't want to give away what it is, but just be looking for that short. Hopefully, you guys are just as entertained by it as I was. Um, Josh says, that Chief, you gonna buy Ray's hater a beer? Micah says, what part of the world are you in? Welcome, Micah, or Micah T364. I'm in Dumaguete, Philippines, Micah, here at the Boulevard. What part of the world are you in, Micah? Where are you joining us from? But I'm in Dumaguete, Philippines, Negros Oriental. That's where I'm at. Hello, Amy. That would be Navy woman. And if you're not subscribed to Navy, she has an active channel as well. Navy woman, her name is Amy. Says, hello, Miso. Hello, Amy. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you supporting my channel. God bless you, Navy. Chief says, Josh, I'll make them wish they had a beer. uh, the Dahmer experience. Let's maybe think of Jeffrey Dahmer. The Dahmer experience says, where are you at? Where it's they an American. Yes, I'm Michael from United States, but I'm in Dumaguete, Philippines, here at the Boulevard, Negros Oriental, Dumaguete, Philippines. That's where I'm at. But welcome the Dahmer experience. Chief says, hello, Miss Navy woman. Yeah, Chief, that's Amy. Spelled A-I-M-E. Amy is spelled A-I-M-E. She corrected me. I was using two E's before. Josh says, hi to Navy. Sharice from Washington State is here. Welcome, Sharice from Washington State. I'm always going to say that just because, I don't know, that's just the thing between me and you that I accidentally thought you were from New Jersey, which I still don't know why I thought you were from New Jersey, but welcome, Sharice. Beautiful day in the Philippines. Late night, or no, I guess it's getting late for you. 1:25 a.m. East Coast. I guess 10:25 a.m. for you in Washington State. But welcome, Sharice. Amy says, hello, Sir Chief. I'm doing good. And we got Michael Lee White. And if you're not a subscriber to Thriving Expat, Michael Lee White is a foreigner here living in the Philippines. He's living technically north of me, has a nice home. He's figured out, made a nice situation for himself and his wife and his family. Walking distance of the beach, he can walk right out on the beach. And if he has some rats giving him issues, he can take care of them rats too. But Michael is a thriving expat who is thriving on his YouTube channel. So again, thriving expat, his name's Michael, just like mine. His first two names, my name's Michael Lee, so is his. He's the only foreigner expat that I know in the Philippines that has the first and middle name identical to mine. Very cool. So check out Thriving Expat. And insert name Brian says, thanks, Michael. I appreciate the feedback. Of course, again, I think you should pursue it. I don't know. It was interesting to me to watch it. The simplicity of your videos are what interests me, if that even makes sense. Ray says, Josh, I told him in his live stream that he needed a drink to loosen up. Wow. When was that, Ray? When did you say that? Was that like recently, last night, after yours, today? Thriving Michael Lee says hello to everyone. And then we got Hawaii, Madagascar. Hawaii, Madagascar, are you in Hawaii? If you are in Hawaii, I'd be jealous. Not that, I love it here in the Philippines, but Hawaii is also beautiful. But then Hawaii would probably, well, definitely would be too expensive for me. Well, welcome, Hawaii, Madagascar. And if you want to confirm that you're from Hawaii, that would be cool. But welcome. My name's Michael from the United States, currently living abroad in the Philippines. Chief says hello to Michael. Josh is laughing. Soap says, I'm 23 years old. My birthday is on May 15th. Well, Sophie, as long as you stay connected to my channel, as long as you stay friends here of mine and everybody else, when your birthday rolls along, remember to remind me and I will sing happy birthday to you on your live stream. If you want me to sing, maybe you don't like it and it hurts your ears, but I would do that for you and anybody. John says, hi, Michael, thriving. Navy says, Sir Thriving Expat, nice to see you here again. Graham says, yes, Sophie Allen, I love chicken wings. You make good wings. I'm sure she does. I'm sure she makes a good chicken wing. You're making me hungry, though. Ray says, hello to Michael. Sophie says, yeah, Graham, I put my chicken wings in the air fryer. That, to me, I think the air fryer is revolutionary. You can make anything and everything in an air fryer, and it doesn't dry it up. Well, maybe with the exceptions. I only know one person that could possibly maybe dry something up or overcook it in an air fryer. And I'm not picking on you, Josh, but I think you said you tried to do something in the air fryer recently. I think it was like broccoli or cauliflower, and you said it came out like charcoal. I love an air fryer. I don't have one in the Philippines yet because I rent a furnished apartment and I just been I'm not ready to buy something and then just feel like what happens if I move and then I'm carrying around an air fryer. But I think these are the best way to cook. You can make anything and everything in an air fryer. Get a stainless steel air fryer though, if you can get one. If you have one of those ones that have those non-stick coating stuff in it, if you can afford it, get a stainless steel one and get rid of that. Anything that's non-stick pans and all that coating, that's toxic. Um, but do your research on it as well. That's just one man's opinion, but everything I've heard, those pans are not good for you. Anything with that non-stick coating. Uh, but yeah, so Sophie says, yeah, Graham, I put my chicken wings in the air fryer. Juicy, crispy on the outside, juicy on the inside. Making me hungry. Michael, even with the dropping the facts here, I love air fryer food. Yeah, the only way to go. Only way to go. Comes out perfect every time. You literally, well, I ain't gonna say it, but it would take a lot to really screw it up. I used to get pork loin at home, get a nice piece of pork loin, season it up, basically olive oil all over it, salt, pepper, cumin, Cajun spices, whatever you want. Put that bad boy in the air fryer for like 30 minutes, no more than maybe 30 minutes. Put the thermometer in, as long as that bad boy was like, what, 175 or something like that, or 200. Bang, juicy as all can be. I love an air fryer for everything. Navy says, what's up, Sir Ray? Ray says, hi to Amy. Chief said, Sophie Allen, I got my first air fryer the other day and love it. Yeah, Chief. Those are the bombs. Reheating pizza. You can make eggs in that. You can, I don't think there's any you can't do in an air fryer. Honestly, making liver, you season your liver right. Liver is very healthy for you. You can make excellent liver in an air fryer. Excellent liver. Uh, Josh says, why are there so many buttons on the air fryer? Time and temp should be enough. Uh, Honestly, I kind of don't even use that many of the buttons. Um, to be honest with you, I don't even remember. I just kind of had I had one that was like a pull-out drawer one, uh, smaller. Like after I had that one, and then I moved and obviously got rid of it. But to get an air fryer again, I would get one that's a little bigger and wider and has a door that opens on it. Um, you can actually do two things at one time in those as well. Uh, Yeah, Josh, probably the more buttons are probably not good for you. Yeah, you just need time and temp should be enough. But yeah, it's not quite like a microwave. It's definitely better. And yeah, microwave basically time and start. Sharif says hello, Chief and Ray and Josh. Um, Chief says, Josh, I just cooked everything for 10 minutes. Unless you're going to do a freaking pork loin, you definitely can't, you won't get away with it for 10 minutes. At least I don't have one that does that. Michael says hi to Ray, Chief, Navy, Josh, Soph, John, Hawaii. Yeah, now we got Hawaii in here. That's awesome. Josh says hi to Sharice. Navy says, nice to see you here, Sir Ray. Ray says, Lynn is listening. I told her she should join live stream and say something, but she's afraid Chief will make her have a drink. Lynn, come on, Lynn, just say hello. You can't do to me what Che used to do to Ray. Che broke the ice yesterday and she got on his live and said, hi, you got to get in here, Lynn. You don't have to drink, Lynn. Well, Chief might make you drink. That's the only thing. He might. Mrs. Channel with the little smiling emojis. Hi, Mrs. Channel. Josh says hi to Michael White. Private says hi to Therese. I'm your newest subscriber. Hey, Trent is on. Pool is back. Thank you for coming back, Trent. Appreciate it. I'm still here, going long. I usually try to go at least an hour and a half. That's the rule of thumb that I've kind of gotten from everybody. But then if it's going good, I go longer than 90 minutes. But welcome, Trent. Kevin says chicken katsu burger the best. Yeah, Kevin, I introduced you to that chicken katsu burger from Melting Pot here in Dumaguete. You can't beat it. What was it? I don't even know if it was 200 pesos for that chicken katsu burger, but I like it. It's a lot of lettuce and cabbage on it with some like kind of mayo barbecue sauce with a little side of French fries. It's always a nice little treat. Definitely agree with you on that, Kevin. Brian says afternoon to Lynn. Chief says Ray Lynn will get me drunk. Michael White, Thriving Expat says hello to Josh. Trent is cool. Trent is on cool 1594 because they're freezing their butts off over in the USA. Yeah, that's for sure. I haven't seen Bill. Bill Myers usually my weather update guy, but maybe he's sleeping or shoveling snow, or he usually gives me a weather update, and it's one heck of a weather update. They are freezing their butts off would be an understatement. I don't miss it either. Graham says, shout out to Ray. Ray says, hey, Graham. Chief says, Lynn is definitely trying to get me to start drinking. Yeah, sometimes I wonder, Chief, who's really pulling the strings? Who's really pulling those strings to get you to drink? Navy says, come out, everyone. Tree says, shut up. That's not very nice, Tree. I won't shut up, but nice try anyway. Appreciate you being here, Tree. Appreciate you being here. Be happy, man. I know trolls need friends too. I should make that t-shirt. Trolls need friends too. Thriving says, love your channel, Trent. Sub you. Wow, we got Chihuahua 3452 says, I'm watching from Brazil. Well, welcome from Brazil. Welcome, Brazil, and welcome to Dumaguete, Philippines. Welcome and thank you for hanging out with me and everybody else. I have lots of friends here in the Philippines and people living abroad in other countries joining me for my live stream and hanging out. So I appreciate it. Kevin says, I'm in Dumaguete also, and I've been to many places, and I have never felt unsafe. Agreed, my friend, agree. Trent is cool. Trent is on cool. I keep saying Trent is cool, which you probably are cool also. I'll just maybe say Trent. Trent, thanks, appreciate it with a thumbs up. Navy Woman says, hello. to Sir Graham. How are you? Uh, Brian says you wouldn't walk through some areas at night if foreign, like Happy Land, etc. I'm not even sure where Happy Lands is. Is that in Australia, Brian? Thank you for taking care of business, Ray. I appreciate you moderating. Uh, Trent says, I agree, much safer here in Asia. Even somewhere in Thailand, King, when you get serious, he doesn't mess around. That's good. That's good, Trent. That's very good. Get through all these deleted stuff. And then Kevin says, I've been in shady areas in multiple cities in the Philippines and never felt in danger. That's the same way I feel, Kevin. That's basically the same way I feel as well. I've never felt uncomfortable. Brian, or no, wait, Michael, Thriving Expat says, give a like to this channel and subscribe. I appreciate the help and the work as a mod there, Thriving. You're my friend. You're not just a moderator. You're just taking care of business. Ray's very busy. Thriving Expat says, go swimming, Michael. Water's nice. I'll be going soon. Yeah, soon. I got the pool at the apartment too, so I could also go in the pool. Um, but I appreciate you, Michael Lee, for being here. Ray said he's back, had a phone call. John says, is the collab on, Ray? Trent says, living the good life. That's exactly right, Trent. I'm living the good life and happy and enjoying myself. And you guys are here supporting my happiness, which makes it really cool. And yeah, I'm blessed and thankful for you guys always being here. You make it worthwhile, you know. And again, you never know who you're going to meet in a live stream, through your videos, through your new YouTube content. And if I can inspire someone to take a leap of faith and try something different, then that's great. And I've won. But I'm already winning for myself. There's an airplane taking off from Dumaguete Airport. Taking off. Ray says I'm popular. Yep. With popularity comes all the other stuff, Ray. Ray, tell Lynn she's not getting me to drink tonight. Ray says most likely JP as far as the collaboration. We got Alec saying hello. Hello, Alec. John says nice. Ray says, you damn liar, chief. Alex says, turn your camera to the left. All right. I'm turning it to the left. That's to my left. So welcome, Alec. But I'm turning it to the left. There you go. Chief says Ray and is laughing. Josh says that Ray. How many people have favorited your foot video? Alex says that looks familiar. I'm in Dumaguete, Philippines at the Boulevard. So if you're in Dumaguete, Philippines, that would be why it looks familiar to you. Sharif says thank you so much to Michael. Driving. Lalus says Rucosta says MAGA. Welcome, Lalus Rucosta. Chief says hello to Sharice. Michael White, Driving Expat says, welcome, Sharice. If you sub back, you will be number 1,000 for me. Uh-oh. But remember what I told you, Michael White, don't be celebrating. Don't get to 1,000 and celebrate because you're going to drop. Maybe you won't, but it happened to me. 1-star rating, is Jesus anti-war or pro-war? 1-star rating, I have no idea because I'm not Jesus and I'm not God. And only Jesus and God knows. And yeah. And we got Che, the Che's here, who was feeling a little under the weather, scratchy throat, checking in from home. Hopefully she took a rest. Hello, Che. Chief says, I heard buffalo wings are good. Never seen one. Yeah, I've never seen a buffalo wings either. Kind of funny how they come up with buffalo wings, or why they ever called it buffalo wings, because it comes from a chicken. Ray says, LOL, Josh, my friend from Norway called me concerned about my bunion. Oh boy. Brian says, sub to Therese. Therese said the sub to Thriving. Look at all the love and everybody helping each other out. Wonderful. John saying hello to Che. Chief is saying hello to Miss Che. Aaron Stotzenberger says, stay out of my country, please. I don't know what your country is, but sorry you feel like that. NHA says, hello, Chief. Raina Philippines says, hey, Che. Josh says hello to Che. Ray says, I'm sure you can get it at SNR. NHA says hello to Ray. Oh my gosh. This is a funny one. Electrofan 1796 says, you can save 15% or more on rectal insurance with Geico. Probably. I don't have any of that insurance, so I know nothing about it, but that's a funny one. Good one there, Electrofan. NHJ says hi to Josh. Steve says, I hope you're feeling better, Miss Che. And we got 1 stars here. Thank you. Hey, Michael, too, and Chad from Texas. Welcome, 1 star. Of course, we know the 1 star represents Texas. Thank you so much, my friend. Thriving says, thank you, Sharice. You're sub 1,000. I want to say thank you to all who helped me on my journey to monetization. I hope it stays 1,000. Thriving. You're well, I remember what happened to me when I was celebrating and I was like, yay. And then I went, no. But congrats, Michael White. You actually got it before Christmas. And that's a credit to yourself and to everybody else. Trent is cool. He's on cool. So try to learn respectful language like please and thank you, hello, goodbye, food and how much, best type of stuff. Speak their language. They love it. Yeah, I like, obviously Kamusta Mabuti, Salamat, obviously Guapo. And, a lot of times I just say hi and hello to everybody. But a lot is like Kamusta and Mabuti. When they say, ask me how I am, I say, Mabuti, I'm good. But you're right. They do love it and appreciate when you speak even some words to them. They smile. Brian says bacon pieces. I think that must be, I'm way behind this chat. That must be from the potatoes. Chase said she's getting better today. Chief says Lone Star flag. True. Lone Star State. Ray says awesome. Michael W. 1 star says up Chief. John says hello to 1 star. Thriving says thank you, Ray. Again, congratulations to Thriving Expat Michael White. I guess you still have to get your PIN number or whatever. I heard someone saying maybe you don't have to do that. You don't have to get it in the mail. Sharice says, congrats, Thrivings. Yeah, you guys all did it. You all helped them. We all did. 1 star says, yo, Sir Jap. Thriving says hi to Preston. Ray says it should show up tomorrow. 1 star says, hey, Sir Michael White. Chief says, Che, I appreciate you telling me hi before Ray. Yeah, you're in Chief's good graces now, Che. You're in the good graces. Yeah, that's awesome. John said, nice, Michael Thriving. Michael says, thank you, John Platt. You have been instrumental in my quest. Jay says, LOL, Chief, but thank you for asking, Chief. John says, pleasure, Mike Thriving. Chief says, Che, I'm just trying to get Ray going. I was distracted, Chief. You said hi first. John says, Ray get stoked up on Red Horse for your Basher live stream. Well, yeah, I guess if everything holds, Michael White, I guess you're going to have your celebration live stream for your 1,000 subs. Well, 1,000 and plus subs will make it a much more comfortable live stream. He said, Ray, that's not an excuse. Jay's laughing. Driving. Michael says hi to Jay. Californians talk. Hey, bro, thoughts on Israel? I honestly don't have many thoughts. California, I guess, kid talks. I'm here in the Philippines enjoying my life and kind of have all my attention and focus to being happy here in the Philippines. But appreciate you being here. You gonna cry? So let me tap. We got Jeremiah Hall, 2577 here from Arizona. Welcome, Jeremiah Hall from Arizona. And then we got Shane Legs. My goodness, it's been forever, Shane Legs. No, I don't see many. Nobody's bothering me. Maybe it's because I'm like leaning against this lamppost here at the Boulevard, but yeah, nobody's bothering me. More people are starting to show up now just because it's that time getting, closer to the early evening, but no issues for me here. But welcome, Shane Legs. Brian says, cassowary, some of the deadliest snakes in the world, emu, possums, many different ones, including several species of gliders, bandicoots, deadly spiders, deadly box jellyfish, sharks, crocodiles. Yeah, you got everything. Ray says, no worries, Chief. I'll play Robin. You can be Batman. Anu official says, nice sea view. Yeah, I like it. Peaceful and relaxing. Chase says hello to Michael White. Shane Legs says hello to Ray. Trent says, keep learning basic language, advance later. Yeah, we'll see where I get with that, Trent. I'll try my best. I probably will, I don't know, maybe after many years I'll get more fluent, but I'll work on it. Ray says, hey to Shane. Michael says hi to Shane, long time no see. Yeah, it's been forever. Brian says, but most Aussies would never see any outside of the zoo. I've been lucky enough to have grown up in the bush, so I have firsthand experience. Yeah, I'm sure you've seen a lot. Brian says, afternoon to Che. Amy says hello to Che. Booty Box says, have I ever visited Palawan, sir? Not yet, but I want that's number one on my list. Palawan has always been number one on my list. Booty Box, date 7, and hopefully I get there at some point. Definitely number one on my list. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Shane Lake says, buy some Lomboy and take them to Manila for me. Brian says, yep, that's me. Pretty simple. Amy says, hello, Sir Booty. We got Amazon saying, where are you from? I'm from United States, but I'm currently living in Dumaguete, Philippines. Welcome, Amazon. Josh says, is that the Castaway Wilson down there in the water? Yeah, it looks like a big styrofoam ball. I don't know where some of this stuff comes from. Then you got a coconut there. But yeah, that is definitely the reminds you of the Castaway Wilson ball. Chase says hi to Brian, says Kamusta to Amy. Brian says waves back, looking northeast. Olaf producer says he's getting white fatigue. I feel sorry for you then. If you're getting white fatigue, you don't want to get fatigued. You might want to change to something that doesn't make you fatigued. I don't know. Sorry, Olaf. Jap says jacket potatoes great in the air fryer. Yeah, love the air fryer. Andrew says you should take AI specs. I don't know what AI specs. Artificially mean like my glasses specs. Shane Lake said, buying an air fryer, just give it random person when you move. That's true too, Shane. Miss Kiri says hello. Thriving says, welcome, Miss Kiri. Michael says, miss this channel. I love fishing and gardening too. I sub to you. Trent says there are a lot of plastic food news videos from the United States, other places on YouTube, random info. Clark Kent, Superman. Are you good enough for heaven? Ever lied and stolen before? Ever lusted or hated before? Of course, I've sinned in my life. There's only one man that ever walked the face of the earth that never sinned, and his name is Jesus Christ. So, yeah. Thank you, Clark. Hashar Roshan says hi, Brader. Driver says, I love Andok's Katsu burger. Michael White says, please like and subscribe. Thank you. And we got always be prepared. Gary is here. Welcome, Gary. Says, hey, Michael. I must be really behind in my live stream. How you doing, Gary? You know me. I'm doing great. Tommy's Josh 9675 said, good morning from Sweden. Have a nice day. Good morning to you from Sweden, and you also have a nice day. Thank you for being here. That's awesome. The whole way from Sweden. Clark said, we broke God's laws, but Jesus paid our fine. Yes, he did. Andrew Official says, where are you? I'm in Dumaguete, Philippines. Brian says, hello, always be prepared. DIY student says, I'm Filipino. Well, welcome, DI student. Andrew Official said, which is this place in which country? The Philippine Islands. That's it. Looking well. Hungry? I'm not hungry right now, but I'll be getting some chicken adobo or something a little later, or a snack. Brian says, Happy Land is in Tondo, Manila. Yeah, Dino was talking about Manila this morning, how he grew up in Manila, and yeah, there's some places that you need to be aware of. Andrew says, morning view is okay. What appears in the night? At nighttime, it's beautiful too. A lot of, lights up. Sometimes, like last night, I got to see the parade of lights around 6 o'clock. Was very cool. Brian says, I think. Clark Kent says, turn from sin and turn to God before it's too late. Yeah, I agree with that. Andrew Official says, this mediator, very smart something. They can do anything, can out anyone. Also, Brian says, too late, Superman. That's funny. Andrew says, as administrator. Josh Wilson said, BJ flown in yet? Oh, yeah, I don't know. I haven't heard anything on David. I thought today was the day he was coming. Beautiful beach. Where is it? Dumaguete, Philippines. That's where I'm at. Dumaguete, Philippines is where I'm at. Trent says, H-Town, Maryland, East Coast, United States, definitely in the chat. Welcome to Asia. Enjoy your trip. Thank you, Trent. Is cool. As always, thank you. Hey, I had an extremely horrible day, so I just wanted to wish you a good day and a great stream. Subbed and good luck and everything. I'm sorry that you had a bad day. Sorry to hear that. One thing I know for sure here in the Philippines is I'm happy every day. So you kind of came to the right place if you're having a bad day, because mostly everybody here will be happy. But thank you for subbing and good luck. And you're always welcome. Josh said, John Wayne come out during the day or just late evening? Dave Gawa says, hello, baby girl. Yeah, there's some girls here in the chat in the live stream. Michael White says, mine have been dropping, no celebration yet, but something special for Teresa. She was the one that made 1,000. Yeah, that's the thing. I always keep my eye on that, Michael. It was like the pre-celebration getting to 1,000 subscribers, and then I was shortly the frown went from this to upside down. But again, you have the right mindset. Just don't even think about it. Worry about it when it happens, when it's officially locked in. And then when it's locked in, again, I don't know your situation with getting a pin or whatever you got to get from AdSense. But either way, you've made it. You're there. And then we got Nelson here from North Korea. Welcome, Nelson from North Korea. My name's Michael from the United States, living here abroad in Dumaguete, Philippines. Welcome, Nelson. Atlas says hello. Michael White says yes, and got it on your channel. Thank you. Uh, Michael says we'll see about the pin when I get the official email. So until then, we enjoy life. Exactly. Exactly. Fazika ND, love you, says hi. Welcome, Fazika ND, love you. I can't say this. Wait a minute. North Korea didn't have internet at Nelson. I don't even know who changed their name on there, that I gave him a blue jacket. I don't remember that. Thriving Expat says, I figure 10:30 will make it time for celebration. Yeah, you're probably right. Ken is asking who the heck John Wayne is. Somebody will fill you in on John Wayne. He's a famous actor, a lot of Western movies. Private Expat says, we use the white styro ball on our fishing light pole, same size as the one floating on your beach board. And that's probably where it came from. Definitely probably where it came from. Love HM says, what's your shoe size? 9.5. My shoe size is a 9.5. USA American size. Josh Wilson says, little kid entertains on the Boulevard. Oh, yeah, that would be John. That's John Wade. John Wade. John Wade. That's John Wade. Yeah, I haven't seen him in a while. But Che and I haven't been down here later in the evenings when he typically works. So, yeah, he's a great kid, very entertaining. One heck of a singer. Yeah, John Wade. John Wade. That's why I was thrown off about John Wayne. Michael White says, have a nice day going swimming now. You enjoy yourself. Have a great day. Thriving. Congratulations. And thanks for being here. I'll catch up with you later. Michael White says, and again, thank all of you. We'll be live at 7 p.m. Philippines time. Gotcha. We'll be there. John says, later's Mike. Brian says he's back. Aldi Sylvester says, hello, sir. And I say hello to Aldi Sylvester. And we got a cup of noodles. How much are the girls in the Philippines? I have no idea how much they are. I have no idea how much any woman in the entire world costs because I don't pay for any women. That's not my cup of tea. So cup of noodles, it's not my cup of tea to pay for women. So I couldn't tell you answer that question. And Chad says, are you in Australia? No, I'm in Dumaguete, Philippines. Not far from Australia, but now I'm in Dumaguete, Philippines. But thank you for being here. Josh says, another streamer and her mom were on the Boulevard 2 nights ago. Lots of little kids singing Christmas carols for tip. That's awesome. I'll be making my way down here some evening with Che, or I'll just be down here by myself. I like making my rounds, walking around. Just like last night, I came upon that parade of lights. I've never seen that before, and figured why not live stream it, let people see things, that I see, share my experiences through my eyes, and yeah, it was a good time. Chad says, do they have many spiders there too? I know they have spiders because I know Che has had some encounters with spiders, not necessarily with me, but they do have spiders. I haven't fortunately ran into many spiders. I don't like spiders. It's funny you mentioned spiders. I don't like snakes. I don't like spiders. Those are two of my least favorite things, would be that. But anyway, I think I got through all the comments here. I'm not so sure if that many more people are going to be showing up. I don't want to bore you guys. I typically try to keep it to 90 minutes or so. We got Mine Drax stopping by. Says, hi, bro. Mine Drax, where are you from? Where are you from, Mine Drax? My name's Michael. I'm from the United States, living abroad here in Dumaguete, Philippines. But welcome to my live stream, and it's just a bunch of us just talking about life and free for all. Comment what you want, be happy, and yeah, welcome, Mindrax. Where you from? Uh, Chadek Ted Six is one of the reasons I'll never go to Australia or South America. Those critters kill me. Yeah, I'm not a fan of spiders either. Brian says, Michael, I figured out that you couldn't comment because the band has a copyright. Yeah, exactly. Mindrax says, you're a heart of friend in India. Thank you for being here from India, Mindrax. Appreciate it. Ash, I'm going to try and get this right. Ashby Bitter, Ashby, hello, speak the Netherlands. I'm not from the Netherlands. I'm from the United States, but I'm living abroad here in the Philippines. I'm in Dumaguete, Philippines. It's Tuesday afternoon, 3 o'clock in the afternoon in Dumaguete. Uh, and then, let me see. Cheesa says hi. Thank you, Cheesa73, for being here. Fortune, hey, Fortune, good afternoon, my friend. Thank you for checking in and being here. As always, you're a great supporter of mine, good friend of mine. We all become friends here. We're not subscribers or viewers, we're just friends supporting other friends. And hopefully someday we end up all meeting each other at some point. For now, I guess we're all in an LDR. We have a long distance relationship amongst our YouTube friends. Um, Brian says, Chad, it's not dangerous. Cheesa says, Australia here. So we got another Australian. Welcome, Cheesa from Australia. As I said, I'm here in not very far from you in Australia. I'm here in the Philippines. Ashby Bitter says, oh, I guess now you know where I'm at. Yeah, from the United States, but living here in Dumaguete, Philippines. Brian says, unless you ignore signs that say, do not swim here. Exactly. You see signs that say, do not swim, it's your best bet to avoid. Mindrax says, bro, come to India, hobby. Maybe someday, Mindrax, maybe someday. I got lots to see here in the Philippines and Asia everywhere, but maybe someday I'll be in India. You you're more than welcome to join the live stream and subscribe and hang out with us anytime you want in my channel. But welcome and always, feel free to join us. We got Half Century Outdoors says, hello all. Well, welcome Half Century Outdoors. Welcome. My name's Michael from the United States, living here. I'll show you guys. Just hanging out at the Boulevard in Dumaguete. Feels really good. Nice breeze, nice sunny day. I'm living my dream here in the Philippines and I love it and happy every day and enjoying life. But welcome Half Century Outdoors. Where are you from? Brian says, I try to pick up a hairy eight-legged thing. No spiders for me. Oh, man, that's funny. Ash, be better. I'm English. I'm just teasing streamers and I'm from Michigan. Well, welcome from Michigan. Welcome from Michigan. I'm all about, that's all fun. I don't mind jokes. That's awesome. You got me. That's for darn sure. And that's a fun joke. I appreciate it. Thank you for being here. I'm sure Michigan's kind of cold. I'm from Pennsylvania, and I know it's cold there. Uh, Chad says, yeah, those do not swim here sign would make me go to another state. Just the thought of swimming in shark infested waters or chilling in the water and seeing saltwater crocodile next to me. Yeah, when I lived in Florida, I was actually surprised I didn't see many alligators. Once in a great while. And usually where I saw them was when I was in my car driving by and they were kind of like in a water drainage in Florida. I never saw that many alligators. Now, I did see a lot of snakes in Florida, which is so weird. I thought when I'd come to the Philippines, I'd see so many snakes. I haven't seen one, not one snake. Maybe they were near me and I just didn't see them, but I've never seen a snake. And Brian says, or the big brown wiggly thing. Uh, Now we got music. Israel celebrating, saying, my family's online store is finally open. Hello, everyone, finally, after 3 hard months. Well, congratulations with your online store, Music Israel. You have every right to celebrate. Good for you. Congratulations. And I hope everything works out. And thanks for being here and sharing. Mindrax says, you are near me. I can see you, just a prank. All right. If you're near me, then you can prank me. You're forcing me to turn around, but people have done that to me before. One guy said, hey, I'm sitting behind you. Join me for a beer. And then I said, I don't drink beer, which I don't. I don't drink at all. He said, come join me for a beer. I'm right behind you. So, yeah, you are near me. I can see you, just a prank. Oh, boy. I'm getting pranked a lot today. J Boy says you seem to have more new people coming through with the new name. Yeah, J Boy, I think it's helping a little bit, but the only thing that needs updated, I have the at cat castaway drift, the handle. I just wasn't able to change my name just yet. It said one more day, so I'm thinking sometime today I'll be able to match castaway drift with castaway drift handle, because it still says something simple. I wasn't able to change it. I guess there's a different time limit on your handle compared to the name title, because I was able to grab onto the handle several days ago, whenever you guys saw it. And yeah, no numbers on it, no nothing, nobody has it. So I was happy with that. And again, I never chose something simple as to be a long term. I just didn't know what to pick. Um, and now that I had time to kind of reflect on my journey and where I'm at and what I'm doing, I came up with that idea. And I like it. I think it's very unique and cool. And it has a lot of representation with castaway drift. There's a lot in those two words. But I appreciate, and I hope you like it as well, too. And maybe it will have an effect. Maybe it'll give me a little more juice or a little more intrigue. But thank you, Jay Boy. Half Century Outdoors says my favorite, Da Nang, Vietnam. Yeah, that's a place I got to visit. Half Century Outdoors. I've heard a lot of good things about Da Nang. I have foreign friends that live here in Philippines that have been there, and they speak very highly of it. Cost of living apparently is cheaper. The food is better and cheaper. They were staying on a place right on the beach in Da Nang. The beach was very nice, overlooking the big wide beach. Yeah, Da Nang, Vietnam, I think is very nice. That's a place I'd like to visit. It's like Da Nang, Vietnam, Thailand, Japan. Those are like probably like my big three for now, subject to change. Mindrax says, can you do commentary like Brett Lee? I don't even know who Brett Lee is. Maybe somebody else, but I don't know. Yule Tube said, dude, you're the reason cats cry. I'm sorry they cry. That's a shame. Maybe the cats need fed. Maybe that's why they're crying, because they need fed. But it's all good. It's all good. Thanks for being here, Yule Tube. Trolls need friends too. Trolls need friends too. Half Century Outdoors said, I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio. Well, welcome from Cincinnati, Ohio. What's the weather like in Cincinnati, Ohio, my friend? I'm from Pennsylvania, so I know it's probably cold. Didn't know if you guys had a lot of snow lately. And then Ash Keybiter Bitter says, I'm in Harrisville. Kenny Ramirez is asking where I'm located. I'm in Dumaguete, Philippines. But thank you for being here, Kenny. YouTube says, dude, imagine if you join my VR chat Fury community, that will be the best decision of your life. Well, I will have to check you out, YouTube 2022, and I'm sure it would be a good decision. It's kind of difficult for me to check people's live streams and stuff like that, or your channel while I'm on my phone, but I appreciate it. What time is it there? It's 1:09 a.m. Here it's 3:12 p.m. Tuesday afternoon. Uh, MZ Wahi Radib says, hi, what country do you live? Dumaguete, Philippines. Dumaguete, Philippines. Is where I'm at. J-Boy says, your new name goes well with your merch shirt. Trolls need friends too. That would be kind of cool. Uh, Kind of get like the caption either on the back or on the front saying trolls need friends too. And then have a small logo like in the upper chest, castaway, drift, trolls need friends too. Uh, Wayne Kerr's asking me where I'm at. I'm in Dumaguete, Philippines, Wayne. Dumaguete, Philippines. And then Simon Sam sent me a happy poop. Well, thanks for the happy poop. I appreciate it. I'm always thankful and blessed that people give me super chats or super gifts. That's very humble, hospitable, and generous of you. So welcome, Simon Sam. Thank you for the happy poop, the gift that keeps on giving. God bless you and thank you. Half Century Outdoor said cold snow last week. Yeah, my last time I talked to my parents, like 3 days ago, they said the one day they got like 2 to 3 inches of snow. They live in central Pennsylvania. That's why I'm born and raised. Well, I'm from Altoona, Pennsylvania, born there, but basically all my life lived in Pennsylvania, with the exception of 2 years I lived in Florida. Which, if I was in the USA right now, I'd be living in Florida and I'd still be working. HRAV 7134 says, or skibidi toilet. Yep, smart life ideas don't jump. Yeah, I'm not jumping. It's not that far of a jump anyway. It's pretty low. Pretty low. Not that big of a jump for me, but I appreciate it. Appreciate your concern. Smart life ideas. Mr. Tippy says, hello. Smart Life Idea says, enjoy. Yeah, I am enjoying it. I'm loving life and happy. And thanks for being here. Carventure says, would you rather take a cross-country road trip with someone who never stops talking or someone who smells really bad? Probably rather be with somebody that talks too much. So that would be me. That would be me. I'd probably talk too much as well. But I love talking. I mean, what's the point of doing a live stream if you can't talk? And we got Stone Cold Steve is here. I'm Michael Deshay, Joy Alone Time like you. You know what? She hasn't been feeling well the last few days. She had her time of the month and she has had a sore throat for the past 2 days and she's felt tired. So I'm letting her rest. But yeah, like I said, there's times that she's with me, but I gotta stick with my routine, walking and doing what I do. She kind of does, she'll make visits to see her mother here and stuff like that. But yeah, I definitely, between live streaming, she couldn't last this long anyway, Steve. She likes doing them here and there, but her energy is not, I guess, at the level as mine. Uh, Smart Life Idea said, just kidding. It's, hey, no problem. That's fun. I like to, you know, thanks for being here and I appreciate it. Then we got Masiri056 says hello. But anyway, guys, I think I'm going to end this live stream. I appreciate each and every one of you that's been here listening to me talk and talk and talk and talk. It's always therapeutic to me to have you guys here, and I like to share my journey here in the live stream. But for everybody that came by and said hello and commented and just, like I said, sacrificed their time for me, I greatly appreciate it. Last comment, did the Japan earthquake affect you in any way there? Chad, as far as I know, nothing affected us as far as Japan. We've been lucky lately, fortunate and blessed. We haven't had much earthquake action for several weeks here in Dumaguete. But I appreciate you asking, Chad. Thank you for being here, Chad. As everybody, Chief, the Super Chad, time in the super poop and everything. God bless you all. Thank you for being here. Hope to see you guys next time. But my name's Michael from the United States, signing off from Dumaguete, Philippines. Take care, everybody. See you later.